I want to talk very briefly about Sam Brinton. He was the non-binary individual identifying as they, them, which the Biden administration hired to be in charge of our nuclear waste, who has since come under indictment for stealing, on 2 separate occasions, high-priced luggage from airports. He lied when asked about it. Now he's been caught red-handed. They've reviewed the video. He's a klepto, a thief. They, them is a klepto thief. That doesn't sound right. He. But I'm not laughing at him. I actually kind of feel a little bit bad. And I believe that the reason I have this feeling is that this action taken by somebody with this level of security clearance, obviously, is a sad state of affairs. Not only the fact that he got it because, obviously, the Biden administration is hiring based on mutable characteristics, how you identify wanting to be the most woke and progressive. I mean, they just had at the White House a drag show with somebody who states inappropriate things about children while performing in front of them, saying that the children are there to suck, to chupar in Spanish. Not a good thing. And this White House that is the reason they hired this person. But back to why I feel a little bit bad. This is what happens when you just allow people to indulge in their fantasy life, and that it becomes a negative societally to say anything to them. You get canceled. Oh no, you're a bigot. Oh no, you have something to say about somebody's delusions. And when delusions are allowed to play out, they live in this fantasy world where it becomes okay to steal luggage because nobody pushes back against you. Because the moment you declare yourself they, them, and are walking around in high heels, you become protected. Part of the protected class based on how you identify, because how dare anybody criticize you, or else, once again, they're bigots. And this is the craziness that we've allowed to become encultured in our society. It's like growing it in a petri dish. You grow the bacteria, and they keep growing and growing and growing until you have a Wuhan lab escape of a virus. And this mind virus has definitely escaped, and the people that have been afflicted with it are uncriticizable by the public and thus feel that they can take such actions repeatedly. I mean, you can go into a store and shoplift $950 worth, drive people out of business, and if a store tries to prevent you from leaving, you get sued for assault as the store owner. We're living in a society that doesn't employ disincentives, that doesn't employ negative consequences for somebody's actions, especially if you're part of a protected class, which Sam Brinton was. And this is an illustration of the downfall of our society, in my opinion. So as an individual, I can understand how this might have come about in his mind and have some empathy for him, but none for the Biden administration that, once again, promotes drag queens in the White House and basically says that this is what we want as for our culture. If people want to do it on their own, okay, but not in front of children. There has to be a line. And I'm somebody who's very live and let live, but you do not gain access to my kids with that crap and say that it's being about inclusive. No, I decide as a parent what I want. And the Biden administration hiring Sam Brinton is another example of their wokeness. And this guy had security clearance and was in charge of our nuclear waste. And this is a pox on the Biden administration and the choices that they make because of somebody's identity, which should never interfere with merit.